I now have the pleasure of taking you into a segment that I must have a full disclaimer on, in addition to being its moderator, and I'm delighted to be that. I'm also blessed to be an advisory board member of this organization. You might remember from Hospitality Tomorrow 2, that we had the Royal Commission of Alula with us, a very special initiative in Saudi Arabia. And we have joining us from the RCU, a very powerful, excellent, thank you very much. So we have joining us, who is a loved colleague from the RCU. She's Chief Museums and Cultural Planning Officer. We also have Phillip Jones, who is, I must say, Phillip, what time is it in the morning? It's early. I'm pretty sure that Phillip is
5 a.m.
out of bed. It's very early. He's the Chief Destination Marketing Officer at the Royal Commission of Alula. And we're hoping that technology allows us also to have a wonderful advisory board member that I'm blessed to serve alongside, the former Director General of UNESCO, Irina Bokova. So we're going to dive into this. We have 600 seconds because this is actually an appetizer to the main course. Ultimately, for those of you who were not with us on Hospitality Tomorrow 1, Alula is an incredibly important initiative along with 2 other mega projects that are at the heart of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. It is the kingdom's opportunity to diversify the kingdom off of its oil economy, but creating very much a tourism development economy as part of it that is focused on inclusivity, that is focused on global invitation, and that is showcasing Saudi Arabia to the world for the world. The RCU, the Royal Commission of Alula, is the champion and those responsible with the blessing of leading this initiative forward. Alula is a 22,000 square kilometer footprint in the northwest Saudi Arabian peninsula itself. It is home to 70,000 Bedouin. It is a magnificent piece of land. And what we want to do is share more about that with the rest of the world through Hospitality Tomorrow 2. That, however, will only happen, and Irina's with us. Yay, fantastic, fashionably late and gorgeous as ever. That is going to happen in a breakaway session in approximately 8 minutes time. But we wanted to give you a little bit of a preview to get a sense of why is it important that Saudi Arabia, and particularly the RCU, continues the engagement with Hospitality Tomorrow. So Kate, to you to begin with, why was it important with Amr Al-Madani, your beautiful CEO from the RCU, who presented to us during Hospitality Tomorrow 1, why was it important that you join us again for Hospitality Tomorrow 2? Please.
Well, thank you, Anita. We were going to talk about efficiency, but actually, given that 3 of us had an impossible task actually connecting to this, I think we might change slightly the theme. But thank you for always supporting us and welcoming us back, and also to Jonathan and the rest of the team for inviting us to come back for this second session. We were honoured to be part of the first session, and it was a great turnout for Amar, our CEO, and his discussion. But we wanted to change the focus a little bit for this second one, and the session is going to be called Arts and Culture Inspiring a Future of Tourism Development in Ancient Landscapes, which is actually, thank you for that, it was yours. It's a great session title because actually culture's not a new proposition for Alula. It's been part of our DNA for thousands of years. And Alula's always been a really culturally diverse melting pot. So we're really looking forward to talking about that. And we're now working on this new layer of Alula. So it's got hospitality, but also an evolving offer for the cultural tourist. So we're really looking forward to talking about that in the breakout session. Thank you very much.
Stunning. Thank you very much. Irina, I'm going to shift to you because you, as our guardian angel, coming from the point of view of arts and culture and protection of the past as we move into the future, I'm intrigued to understand from your perspective why you felt it was so important to be a part of this initiative as an advisory board member, and how you feel the RCU has responded in terms of recognizing and mobilizing the responsibility they have despite and alongside their aspirations.
Thank you very much, Anita, for allowing me to participate in this fascinating debate. Kate just said that Alula is culturally a melt pot. It will not come as a surprise if I say that there is a jewel there. And this jewel is Hegra, the World Heritage Site. It is the first World Heritage Site that Saudi Arabia inscribed in 2009. And as I think, and I have always said, it's the beginning of a journey. The inscription of a site is not the end, it is the beginning. And this beginning embraces responsible development. It embraces, of course, the protection, the conservation of the site. It embraces the respect for the criteria of the World Heritage Convention, because it is about the past, but it is very much about the future. And it is also because of its outstanding universal value. We should never forget, a site is inscribed because of its outstanding universal value. It belongs to whole humanity. And I believe the Royal Commission and what we're doing, me also as a member of the advisory board, are doing exactly this. We are having a sense of responsibility for the development, for the integrity of the site, for its diversity, for its development, for its inscribing in the local community's life, for the future. And I think this is the beauty of Alula and the project. It's the reconciling the history, the heritage with modernity, with art, with culture, with innovation, and with sustainability.
Indeed. And you mentioned a really important part, for the sake of and including the local communities, which are, Alula is their home. It's not just a potential development. So Phillip, the pressure is on you. From the point of view of your mandate in terms of sustainable tourism development, you have to answer to Vision 2030, to Amr, a lovely CEO, to the aspirations of Kate, and to Irina, in balancing all of that respect for mandate with respect for heritage and culture. How are you finding this challenge manageable, and how are you bringing it to life through the signature programs that you've been running?
Well, it's really an amazing opportunity to create a greenfield destination and introduce it to the world and showcase all the unique assets that it has to offer. And, we're really focused on creating the #1 boutique heritage and cultural destination in the world. And I think we have an opportunity to really reposition tourism in Saudi Arabia by doing so. But one of the things that we've tried to do is, I think they've done a very good job of doing master planning and doing a lot of the early groundwork that's necessary to have a successful destination. So that piece of it is done. Now we move on to the development piece, and we already have, a deal in place with Amman Resorts. We just built Mariah, our stunning new exhibition and conference and concert venue that was just named as the largest mirrored building in the world by Guinness World Book of Records. So we're excited about that. And then we've had 2 successful festivals, Winter at Tentora, that brought global performers to Alula and showcased the heritage and beauty of the destination to the world in a way that, I think is very, very appealing. And so we have a tall task ahead of us, but we have great assets to work with, great people to work with. The local community is also very engaged and involved, and that's fun to see them taking advantage of these opportunities. So Vision 2030 is really working in that sense.
That's fantastic. And I must say, the speed of this session and everything you've just shared is a reflection of the speed of development of all that's happening in Alula as well. So as we wind down, because I know we have a little bit of a sneak preview for anyone who wants to join us in the breakaway, can you all please, in 3 words or less, describe why this is one of the most exciting projects of your entire career?
It's an opportunity to create an industry in a country that they haven't had before. So it's a rare opportunity in the world today.
Brilliant. Kate?
I mean, for me, I sit working on a lot of cultural programs, and we're developing one of the most ambitious open living museums that the world will see, and that just sort of gets me up in the morning, and it's just such an exciting project to be on.
Stunning. And Irina, from your perspective.
Yes, Anita, I didn't hesitate a minute. I was in Seville in Spain in 2009 when Hegra was inscribed on the World Heritage. And just a few months before I was elected as Director General of UNESCO, I visited Hegra and I went to Alula. And it was just stunning, a mirage in the desert. It was an incredible combination of old Nabatean culture. It was an open book of our common humanities history. And when I was invited, I said, I want to read this book together with the people from Alula. That is why I'm there.
Stunning. So this is you're leaving your beautiful fingerprints on history. Thank you very much for that. I'm now going to hand over the stage to Kate, who has a very special surprise and invitation for everyone. And if I can ask my lovely people on stage to just turn their cameras off, I'd be grateful. Kate, it's over to you. I wish you luck and blessing with the technology gods, and I will see you in the breakaway. Thank you all for joining me.
Back, but we're just going to show you a video, a little bit of an introduction to Alula, to Mariah that Phillip mentioned, and hopefully entice people to come into our breakout session, because we'd love to talk about our tourism plans and also some of the projects that we've been doing on the ground for, oh, Sally's managed it, for the last couple of years. So some sort of real projects that we've been sort of hard at work, and we'd love to share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you to Kate, Phillip, Irina for that interesting session. It's great to have so much positivity as well, and some of these amazing projects that are going on. I love what Irina said about this belongs to all of humanity, and how you're embracing the heritage. You're looking at the history, but you're also looking forward as well. A fascinating project. So do go into the breakout session and join. This is going to go on longer. It's going to tell you about the detail behind this amazing project.